So I want to talk about the end game. That is to say, where the story is going to go in the future of Dragon Ball Super and what some people seem to think the story might end up giving us. And I'm going to do a video giving my thoughts on the idea that at the end of the day, when all is said and done, Goku or possibly Vegeta might end up becoming gods of destruction. Now, I've seen this theory pop up in the fandom for well over a year now, and I really never gave it any thought. But today I've decided to go ahead and give it some thought and tell you what I think. And I'm going to tell you as to why I don't believe Goku is going to end up being a god of destruction. Whereas Vegeta, on the other hand, that is a possibility. Now, when it comes to Goku's character, the different clues that have been sprinkled among the series for him to become a god of destruction eventually are things that fans have been quick to point out throughout the years. Case in point, early in Dragon Ball Super, we find out that Whis would train Vegeta if Vegeta was willing to someday replace Beerus as the god of destruction. Now, that could very well happen because Vegeta himself, destroying things is really not something that's foreign to Vegeta. Now, I'm not saying he's back to being the old, cold, and calculated Vegeta, but he seems to be somebody who would be more willing to just destroy things. Now, I'm going to get to why Goku is the opposite here in a moment, but I want to focus on Goku primarily in this video. But there's that clue. There's also the fact that Goku has been becoming increasingly closer to Beerus and Whis as the series has progressed. In fact, in Toyotaro's Dragon Ball Super manga, Goku actually learned the Hakai technique. Now, he has not done this in the anime version, but in the manga version of the events, he's already learning God Ki and God of Destruction technique. So that could be Goku's progression to eventually becoming into this state. However, when it comes to the anime version of the events, many have pointed out there's a strong possibility that Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku has indeed surpassed Beerus. So it could be possible that the idea that Whis had at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super was that maybe he saw the potential in Goku and Vegeta to someday be a god of destruction and saw that Beerus was slacking. And now that Goku has achieved a power that Beerus has not yet quite mastered and may have surpassed Beerus, it's possible, we don't know for sure yet. But even Beerus himself has discussed the possibility of Goku surpassing him, so it's not like he hasn't talked about it himself. Maybe Whis sees that Beerus is getting old or possibly, not cutting the mustard and wants to replace him. So that all kind of does make sense in the idea that Whis seems to be recruiting Goku to be a god of destruction, or at least Vegeta, one of those two guys. But the reason why I think Goku won't take the job is because, well, number one, if you go back to Battle of Gods at the very end of the film, Whis offered him the position. He offered it to him, and Goku straight up denied it. Now, in the English dub of that film, there was a scene where Goku and Beerus fought. It's one of the most iconic scenes ever where he's breaking through the rocks. And in the English dub, Sean Schemmel recites a line where he says, "I will not let you destroy my world." Then he powers up and him and Beerus fight and they play hero, and it's a great scene. Now, in the Japanese version of that scene, Goku says something strikingly different that fits with what I'm saying in this video and fits with what happened at the end of the film. Goku, voiced by Masako Nozawa, says, "Destruction isn't my type of thing." Now, I feel like if that line were to have been said by Sean Schemmel, it wouldn't have sounded too great. Like, that line works in Japanese because of the vowels and the syllables and whatnot, but in English, it just doesn't sound right. But it is an eye-opening look at, Goku's character, because look, Goku loves to fight. That's his character and always has been. Goku loves competition, he loves training, he loves to fight, but Goku never has and never will enjoy senseless destruction, because at the end of the day, Goku's not just some mindless guy who wants to fight. He does care about people. It's just that sometimes his priorities are a little weird, but he doesn't want destruction. He's just not the kind of guy who's capable of being a god of destruction. Now, as much as I would love the end of Z to have more meaning, and as much as I would love Goku's recruitment of Oob to have something to do with Oob replacing Beerus someday, which is something I came up with 3 years ago for fun, and maybe it will still happen, maybe it won't, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen, and that's the point. But the idea of Goku himself becoming a god of destruction does not seem likely. And actually, even though Vegeta seems more likely, I feel like because of his attachment to Bulma and Trunks and now his new daughter, I don't see Vegeta leaving Earth to become a god of destruction anytime soon. and being away from his family. I mean, his family is what Vegeta is all about now. If you don't believe me, watch Dragon Ball Super intently. That's what it's all about. That's all he cares about now. Now, the idea of another character coming along replacing Beerus could be a very interesting story arc going forward. Maybe Goku and Vegeta have to get used to this new guy and Beerus retires. I mean, there's a lot of ideas they could throw out there and things they could do, but as far as Goku and Vegeta becoming Gods of Destruction, I don't see that being the end game at all. Even if Super goes past the end of Z, I don't see that being a thing. Unless maybe it's temporary. You know, maybe for one story arc. They're not going to stay there, though. I thank you so much for watching. Remember to take care of yourself and each other. Like the video, share it out, and leave a comment if you're so inclined. Love you guys, and I'll see you really soon.